What's up guys, it's Victoria from Under Victoria's Spell, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about single parent romance recommendations. Here lately I have been reading a lot of them and I have been really enjoying them, so I wanted to share my favorite single parent romances that I have read. So let's hop into it. So the inspiration for this video actually comes from the buddy read that I'm currently doing with my friends Autumn and Erica. We are reading Beyond the Thistles by Samantha Young. I'll have a picture of her right here. And this follows our heroine as she is a single mom that is on the run. And she is currently in Scotland, and there is a bodyguard that is enlisted to protect her, to find out who is going after her. It's single mom. It is romantic suspense. It's spicy. It's in a different country. Really loving it. It is what inspired me to do this video, because I really love that single parent aspect, because it brings an extra layer because there's a child that is involved. So there's more emotional steps to go through. So I'm really enjoying that one. I'm currently reading it. I haven't finished it, but so far I am enjoying it. And my first romance recommendation for single parent romance recs is Juniper Hill by Devony Perry. This is actually the first one that I read this year, and I really enjoyed this story. It also is a romantic suspense, and it's small town, so obviously some of my favorite tropes. This follows a girl with her baby less than a year old, and she is kind of just starting over, and she's needing a place to live. And the person that she works for, the Eden family, offers her this like little nook above the garage for her and her child. And that's where she meets her hero. He lives next door. It's his little nook above the garage, and he is the chef for where she is working. So it is very forced proximity because they're living on the same property, they work in the same place, and he really helps her because her child is really dealing with not sleeping and crying a lot. So I loved that he jumped in to help, you know, soothe the child and be there for her. And then there was that suspense element to it as well. So good. I ended up giving, I believe, that one 4.5 stars. I really love the connection between Knox, who's our hero, and our heroine. I thought that they were such a beautiful couple, and it was really emotional to kind of see their journey kind of come full circle. So I really enjoyed that one. I definitely recommend if you love small town romance and a little bit of spice as well. Okay, and the next romance I'm going to talk about is probably like the most well-known single parent romance that everyone is obsessed with. Everyone loves this author, and that is Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is a single dad romance and a nanny romance. So we have Cade and Willa. Everyone's obsessed with them. They are OTP goals, in-game, everything in the book. So Cade is really this reserved guy who is very grumpy, just cares about, you know, his son and what's best for him. And then we have Willa, our Spitfire, coming in looking for a summer job while her current job is under some renovations, and she decides to help her best friend out and nanny for Mr. Cade. And I love the relationship, the back and forth. And the spice in this book is absolutely top tier. I love it, love it, love it. It is so good. I love the connection. I love how Willa and his son just really connect. So good. Elsie does small town very, very well, and I just love the banter between these two characters. I highly recommend this if you have not read it yet. And it does, you know, it really goes through Cade's journey as a single parent, as a single father, and his story, and I really enjoyed that a lot. And the next one that I'm going to talk about is actually one of my 5-star reads this month, and that's Wrecked Palace by Catherine Cowles. I absolutely loved this story. It was so good, and it's a little bit of a different single parent. It's actually following our heroine who is raising her 3 siblings due to her parents not being in the picture. I thought this story was so good. I felt the connection, excuse me, between all of the siblings and really our heroine stepping into that mother role. I like that we saw her present day after she had had them for years and was kind of established. I thought it was amazing. And then we have our hero, who is kind of like the black sheep of the town because of the things that had happened to his family in the past. And I really loved how they both had really dark past, but you know, he was still a lot for her in the way that he could be, and she was still a lot because that's what she wanted to focus on for her siblings and for her life due to the circumstances that happened to her. So I loved this story. I thought the forced proximity, the small town, and really the pain that each of them went through and them coming together, it just blended beautifully together. I love how protective our hero was over the heroine and the kids, and I really loved seeing the relationship with the kids and the hero. I thought it was so beautiful. Honestly, 5 stars. I could go back and read it again because it was just such a cozy, wholesome, emotional romance with a little bit of suspense that I absolutely loved. And the next romance I'm going to talk about is Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. This is a book that is also very different when you come into the single parent aspect of it. They are actually set up with foster families, and they're kind of coming together based off of the needs of what is lacking for one parent and what the other one has. So this one follows our heroine as she is now taking care of her newborn baby sister, and also our hero, and he is taking care of his brother who is deaf. So they both are coming in with different circumstances, and one has something that the other is needing. And what I really loved about this is that they were struggling, both of them, so much, but they helped each other in what they were lacking. And I love that it was pretty much a found family kind of pushed upon them in their life. And I loved that our hero would step in for our heroine, and our heroine would step in for our hero. And I just love the relationship that they had with each other, and coming from, you know, the down places they were growing up in and then where they're trying to have their families today. I thought it was so beautiful, a very interesting take on single parenting that was kind of forced upon them. It was a very beautiful love story, and I absolutely loved it. And the last book that I'm going to talk about is another Elsie Silver, and that is Reckless. Reckless is the newest installment in the Chestnut Springs series, and this is kind of like the other single parent. It follows our heroine Winter as she becomes pregnant after a one-night stand, and she is definitely under the presumptions that the father did not care and will never be in the picture. And then suddenly our father, who is very well known to this family, shows back up into town, and everything is not as it seems. I absolutely love this. Winter and Theo's story was beautiful. I love Daddy Theo. He was so protective of his girls and just wanted nothing but the best, and he broke down Winter's walls so beautifully. This is small town goodness, reverse grumpy sunshine, and I just loved this one so much. I cannot recommend it enough. Both of the Elsie Silver single parent romances are top tier. I cannot recommend them enough. And those are my single parent romance recommendations. I absolutely love them. Let me know your favorite single parent romance recommendation, because I'm totally in that era and I love it. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.